Talking baseball this week, and we head to Waltham and Bentley, where the Falcons are in first place in the NE10. Jared Berardino joins us. First off, congratulations on the success. What's it like to be a Bentley baseball player this spring?
Well, it's my second year with the program. Last year, I think, was a good foundation builder. But this year, man, it's been something special. The games that we've won, what we've been able to accomplish as a team, the vibes have definitely been tremendous, and I think everybody's really enjoying it.
Why are you guys playing so well, particularly on offense?
In my opinion, I think it's the experience. I think last year we had a great offense, but I think we took a lot of really good leaps this year that kind of helped us, whether it was just live at bats, getting a year under our belt. But I really think everybody took in 1 through 9 took a huge step. Everybody in our lineup 1 through 9 played last year, and I think that they were able to develop, get better, and I think that just that experience from last year has really carried over, and we've reached new heights.
Individually, you are second in the league in homers, second in the league in doubles, sixth in RBI, second in hits. Why are you seeing it so well right now?
I think last year I was coming off of being out for a year. I missed my senior year. So last year, although I had a good year, I felt like it took me a little bit to get going. And, I figured it out at the end of the year last year. But, this year I think I was able to start out with the experience under my belt, kind of the nerves of being out for the year out of my system, kind of able to just have a fresh reset focus for this year. And I think I've really reaped the benefits. Obviously putting a lot of work over the off season, swinging, taking live ABs, all that kind of stuff. And, I think it's really carried over to help me have, a great start to the year and, just hoping to keep it going.
You mentioned the depth of your lineup and the fact that all you
Mhm.
guys have experience and you've been around. There's that old adage that hitting is contagious, and you look
Yes,
at the leaderboards right now in the conference, and it's just Bentley, 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 Bentley.
100%.
What does it do for you to be able to pass the bat and just keep things going that way?
Well, says I wouldn't be where I am this season without my teammates' success at the plate. Because quite frankly, teams can't pitch around me. They can't pitch around the other hitters in our lineup. And it gets to a point where they have to pitch to you. They can't pitch around you. So I'm able to see fastballs. Obviously, we got other guys on our team 1 through 9 that all get to see fastballs. Don't see, obviously you see your breakers, but you're not really getting pitched around. So a lot of guys on the team, they're able to see their pitches, hit their pitches, and it's just contagious because one guy's hitting, passes off the next guy, the next guy's hitting. And it's really tough for teams, especially pitchers on other teams, to really keep their confidence going when, consistent barrels, consistent at bats, consistent quality at bats. So it really the hitting is contagious with us this year, I'd say.
Is there superstition to that? Like I've seen teams where like they were literally past the bat, and it's like
No,
this is the bat we're using. Do you have
no,
anything as a group?
no, not really. We all use different bats. Some guys use the same bat. It's definitely I would say most of the guys use a similar bat, but it's definitely their own. But no, we don't have anything crazy superstitious going on. No crazy routines or anything I can give you.
What's the furthest you've seen Stan hit a ball this year?
Whew. The furthest I've seen Stan hit a ball. I mean, he just hit one against Pace that like hit the wooden plank up top on a hill. That's got to be up there. I'd say the most impressive one I'd seen was he hit a homer to a grand slam to dead center against SNHU. Maybe not distance wise, but in terms of how hard that ball was hit, I don't know if I've seen many balls hit that hard this season. So if I had to say distance wise, maybe the Pace one, I could be missing another one. There's been quite a bit, but I would probably say that the homer to hit again, the grand slam against SNHU to center field was probably the most impressive one I've seen this year. I'd say.
Tell me about that SNU win, the series win. For you to sweep a team that has been as consistently good as SNU early in the year does what for your confidence?
It's massive, because we're going to conference play. We had Franklin Pierce and then Snoop right after. And we kind of looked at that and like, hey, we're getting tested right away. We were able to go 3 out of 4 against Pierce coming off of a long Florida trip. So that was huge. We were definitely burnt out, but we were able to kind of, especially playing in the cold, coming from the heat to the cold, we were able to, beat them 3 out of 4. Then coming into Snoop, we kind of had the same mindset, take 3 out of 4, win the series. We ended up playing really well and winning all 4. And what that did for us is it just kind of gets the confidence going really early into conference play. So now you have all these conference games ahead of you, and you were just able to take 4 from one of the best teams in the region. So what it does for you in terms of confidence, you can't even describe it. It just gives you guys, it just gives all the guys on our team just a new mindset going forward for conference play that we can beat everybody and anyone if we just play our game.
Speaking of confidence and speaking of Florida and never counting yourselves out, um, is that the dumbest inning you've ever been a part of at the beginning of the year? Have you ever scored 14 runs in an inning to come
No,
back and win?
no, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that. And what's so funny is like when you were in the moment, you didn't even realize how crazy it was. It honestly took me till after the game, like when I looked at the box score, looked at the play-by-play summary to realize how that inning happened. And that's when I kind of really finished. I'm like, I will never ever see anything like this ever again, and I'll never be a part of anything like this ever again. It was incredible. It was special in the moment. It made me realize just what this season could look like for us offensively. And it was also just I couldn't even believe what was going on. It really took me till after the game reflecting to realize just how extraordinary that was. But yeah, no, words can't describe that moment for sure.
For those people that have no idea what we're talking about, it was the season opener, right?
Yes, very first
Yeah,
game.
first game of the year. 14 runs in the last at bat to come back and win a game for Bentley. Um, Tell me about you arriving at Bentley. Started your career in the NE10. You
Mm,
played at Assumption, but what was the draw? I know Bentley runs in your family blood.
yeah.
What brought you to Bentley to close your career?
Definitely my cousin. He had a great career. I think he might be the all-time batting average leader in the season at Bentley. So I was able to play against him my freshman year at Assumption, and he ended up sticking around Bentley and coaching. I had two redshirt years available at Assumption. One was due to the COVID year my freshman year, and the other one was a medical redshirt my senior year. So talking to Coach Hill obviously was another huge factor. Obviously, Mike Hill's the head coach. He runs the show, and he's a phenomenal coach to play for. And he really kind of drew me into the program, met the guys, obviously some of the guys before that already graduated. I knew them just from playing against them. They played with my cousin. And I just loved the brotherhood, the personalities over there, and just the dedication to winning. And it all started from the top, from the head coach down to the freshmen. Everybody on this team, they want to win. And it really attracted me to the school. So I didn't really have to think about it. Wasn't really in the portal. This is where I knew I belonged. And I'm definitely grateful that I made that decision. 100%.
What's your undergrad in?
My undergrad was in marketing.
And what are you pursuing for a master's?
I'm general MBA with a concentration in finance.
It keeps your options open. Yeah.
Absolutely. Want to diversify a little bit.
You mentioned your cousin. I don't know what this makes them. Your cousin's grandfathers. Does that make them your
Yes.
cousins too?
So
I need to study
my
family
so
trees,
we
but
yeah. So his grandfather's Dwight Evans.
yep.
I'm not blood related to Dwight Evans. I do know Dwight Evans. I've talked to him a bunch, but that's his grandfather on his mom's side. His uncle was my dad's brother. So their father was the third base coach for Red Sox forever. Played for the Yankees, backed up Mickey Mantle back in the day. So he's got two. He's got two baseball. But I got one. But it's definitely growing up. It was incredibly cool to be around. Definitely didn't put into perspective till later on in life just how unique that was. I was kind of just so used to it as a kid. Being able to go to Red Sox games. Be on the field, be in the dugout, hanging out with the players. I didn't really realize till later on in life just how special the moment that was. Definitely wish I reflected on that a little bit more when I was a kid, but it was incredible for sure.
You don't get to do this. Why? This is what I'm doing over the
Yeah,
weekend. Why aren't you going? Uh,
thought it was a little bit no more. I thought it was a little more normal than I realized.
what's your favorite thing you do remember about that age and being able to go to Red Sox games?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, when I was like 11, 12 years old, yeah, 10, 11, that was when the Red Sox won the 2013 World Series. And I was able to I think I was able to be on the field for some of the regular season games. I was able to meet guys like Dustin Pedroia, Johnny Gomes, like all these guys that are just like, were such household names at the time that we kind of, like a lot of Red Sox fans kind of think back and remember how much they missed those guys. I was able to kind of be there and meet all those guys. So being able to experience the MLB dugout was definitely extremely cool growing up. Being able to go to games and meeting coaches, meeting different things, just seeing how they operate. Definitely memories that'll last me a lifetime for sure.
Do you have anything like do you have
I
somebody's
do.
batting gloves or something of that
Yeah,
nature?
I still to this day I have. Unfortunately, it's not here. It's back at home. But I have Dustin Pedroia's game bat that he used for a game. I got a bunch of autographed baseballs. Pedro Martinez was able to give me one. Well, he wasn't playing. It's a hand me down, but Pedro Martinez autographed ball. I got a few things that in the repertoire that I got that I'm definitely really appreciative of. But yeah, I definitely was able to get some cool memorabilia from some guys.
Do you get any good stories about Mickey Mantle?
Yeah, so my grandfather's told me a few. He's just about how unbelievable of a player he was. Just one of the guys like he's convinced could absolutely be a star in today's game. He's got a couple funny stories about just the interactions with Joe DiMaggio at the time. Trying to think of like what exactly funny story. I remember this one time Joe DiMaggio dated Marilyn Monroe, I
Yeah, oh
believe,
yeah.
or something like that, and he's got a funny story of he was getting they were sending him down to minor league spring training, and it was the day before Marilyn Monroe was supposed to arrive to the Yankee spring training with Joe DiMaggio, and so he went into the manager's office and he was like, hey, why don't you keep the minor leaguers up for a little bit longer so we can see Marilyn Monroe? And the manager was a really hard-headed guy at the time, but he found it pretty funny, so he laughed at him. And I think he might have let them stay a day or something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'd have to re-ask him that question. But I know it's a pretty funny story when he told me it.
That's amazing. So,
Yeah,
I mean, for everybody who thinks that the world revolved around Taylor Swift during NFL seasons, it happened many, many
yeah,
decades before in baseball.
hasn't changed.
Jared, congratulations on the success. Excited to see where you guys go this year, and best of luck over the next month or so.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.